Hi everyone, my name is Melody. Welcome to my channel where we battle shopping addiction together. Today's topic might seem a little off compared to the typical topic on my show. I'm going to tell you my favorite cozy TV shows, and the reason why I tie it into shopping addiction is because sometimes when I feel the craving to be swiping through pages and pages and pages of things that are for sale, like Poshmark, Mercari, or really anything that's kind of like a treasure hunt type of shopping, I find that one of the things that I can do for myself instead of doing that is watching cozy TV. And basically what I mean by that is TV that I can watch that is not, it doesn't take a lot of mental energy to digest, because I'm not necessarily tracking a new storyline to me because I've seen these shows over and over again, or even if I don't remember a specific episode, it doesn't really matter. I'm not sitting on the edge of my seat to find out what happened. I can just have it on. I can maybe do some other tasks at the same time, and it just brings me those cozy feelings. So I have a few TV shows that I want to talk briefly about, and they are not in any particular order. They're just a handful of my favorites. The first one I want to talk about is Diagnosis Murder. I mean, I'm almost embarrassed to admit how much I like Diagnosis Murder. I own the entire box set. Chandler got it for me for a birthday gift a while ago now. And I binge watch it like at least once a year. And when the time comes for me to binge watch it again, it's like I crave it, because it's just so cozy. Season 6 is my favorite season, but I really like all except for a few seasons. Some of the seasons are not quite as good. They also have movies, and it's just so nice. I mean, Dick Van Dyke, I don't think I need to say anything else, but it's just your classic. It's not always a whodunit. Sometimes they show you who did it, but it's Dr. Sloan, played by Dick Van Dyke, figuring out the crime. Anyway, there's not a ton to say about it just because it's so simple, and that's why it makes this list. The next one is Psych. So Psych is a USA original. I think it's probably pretty popular. Sean and Gus. Sean pretends to be a psychic detective, and they run this psychic agency called Psych, even though nobody's actually a psychic. He's just a really observant guy. And it's just a fun, cozy TV show that, I mean, I've seen every episode so many times, and it's not only a mystery, but it's also a romance, and it's also a friendship story. So that's another fun one. It's set in Santa Barbara, California, and although it's filmed in Vancouver, and I'm obsessed with California. Most of Diagnosis Murder takes place in California as well. I love the ocean. I love seeing ocean scenes, so probably why both of those, you know, it's just a little icing on the cake for both of those shows. The next one I want to talk about is Monk. That's another USA original, another just cozy detective show, and he has OCD and he solves crimes, and he is so debilitated by his OCD that he can no longer be in the police force. And so it gives you, it tugs on your heartstrings a little bit about that, because it really does give some glimpse into like how paralyzing that can be, and other types of anxieties as well. But again, and I'm a Sharona. I'm Team Sharona. I do not like Natalie, and I almost just don't even rewatch the Natalie seasons because I just do not like her. But I love Sharona. If you are a Monk fan, are you Team Sharona or are you Team Natalie, or are you just equal for both of them? And I feel like with both Monk and Psych, it kind of changes the way I look at things, because sometimes in Psych it's like, ooh, I made this observation and that could be very significant, or it could not be, you know. And then with Monk, just looking at how detail oriented he is, and just all his little quirky mannerisms, and yet somehow he's so full of anxiety, and yet he's so calming in the way he presents things. I don't know. It's interesting. The last mystery I have is Murder, She Wrote. classic, and it was on for how long, and so many episodes per season, so that would take a very long time to get through if you wanted to go from start to finish. But it's just so, and it's like, who really cares who murdered the person anyway? So I don't even need to follow the storyline. It's just soothing, it's comforting, it's cozy, and yeah, that's one that I often have on in the background. Now I have 3 sitcoms. One is from the UK, and that is The Vicar of Dibley. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this on here before when I was doing that 9 Things That I Love video, and that is my all-time favorite sitcom. It's hysterical. Dawn French is just so talented, so hysterical, and I love British TV, so you put it together. She's a vicar, I'm in seminary. I mean, it just all works so well for me. In the UK, they typically don't have as many episodes per season, so that one goes pretty fast. Like once you start, before you know it, you're done, and then I always want to cry. Not really, but it does make me sad. And a lot of those actors have now passed away, so that makes me even more sad, but it is such a fun show, and I have the box set of that as well. The next one is probably my all-time favorite American sitcom, and that is the Bob Newhart Show, the one where he is the psychologist. I also like him as the innkeeper in Newhart, but my favorite one is when he's a psychologist. And first of all, anytime people ask, like, if you could own any one TV home, what would it be? It's always Bob and Emily's high-rise condo in downtown Chicago. I mean, seriously. I would love to live in their condo. Either one, actually, their first or their second, but I'd probably choose their second just because it's a little more spacious. Anyway, it's so funny. It's so dry in so many ways, but it is so funny. And as a kid, like when my dad would have this on, I'd be like, this is so boring. And then rewatching it as an adult, I realize how funny it is. And I think also having worked in mental health, that brings a whole other appreciation for it. So yeah, the Bob Newhart Show, one of my all-time favorites. And the last show I want to talk about is Cheers. It's so classic, and do you know what makes me so sad? Is I talk to people that are not that much younger than me, and they don't know what Cheers is, and they always think I'm saying Chairs. Cheers. The bar in Boston. Cheers. Sam Malone. Norm. Cliff. Carla. Anyway, classic show. Love it. And I don't even know how many times I've seen all those episodes. I remember watching it when it was originally on. It started when I was 4. I think it started in '84, so I would have been 4 when it started. And I mean, I don't remember it necessarily from those years, but I remember the later years. And actually the series finale aired the same night that I had a band concert in middle school. And we begged the teacher to allow us to watch it on VHS in school the next day after the band concert, because we were threatening to not show up for the concert because of the Cheers finale. So 3 cheers, no pun intended, for VHS. And for that one, I'm 100% team Rebecca. I'm not a fan of Diane. She's annoying. Anyway, and Rebecca, she wears a lot of midi dresses that I really like. One more shout out that I just thought of that I should add to this list is Golden Girls, but I feel like they're having their moment now like no other. It's probably more popular now than it was when it aired, but I can't talk about cozy TV without mentioning Golden Girls. Okay, there you go. That's my list. What are your favorite cozy TV shows? I want to know. I want to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching. And thanks for the time you spent with me. I hope you will subscribe if you haven't already. Give it a thumbs up. Share me with your friends. And I will see you here next time. Bye!